As you remember, the committee met on the 27th of November 2019 to hear the petitioner and the response from the SAPS. The chairperson welcomed Mr. Basson and his wife to the meeting. Mr. Basson stated that he was disappointed with the manner in which SAPS dealt with the investigation. Today, honorable members, we were contacted by Mr. Basson. The committee contacted me on the 13th of January 2021 to inform me that his son's killer was finally arrested. We view this, honorable members, again, I would like to reiterate that we view this as a success for the committee, that a petition was brought to us by Mr. Basson. The failure of the South African Police Service to bring his son's killer to book was actually managed very well, and we wish to thank the Minister and the South African Police Services, General Sitole. We would like to thank you for assisting the committee with resolving the matter of the death of Mr. Basson's son. With that, Mrs. Kinnear, I would like to welcome you, if you can connect. I would like to welcome you to this committee meeting and assure you that just as we have done with other petitions, I'm just explaining to you now that with the death of Mr. Basson's son, the committee left no stone unturned in which it attempted to solve that murder case. Likewise, Mrs. Kinnear, please be assured that this committee will leave no stone unturned until we get to the bottom of what happened to your late husband. If you are ready, ma'am, the committee will listen to your petition and we will respond henceforth. The floor is yours. Please take your time and you may address the committee.
Thank you. Good morning, Minister, Deputy Minister, Madam Chair, honourable members and all other protocol observed. I just need to make sure, Madam Chair, do you need me to read my petition that I sent in, or can I just proceed?
Mrs. Kinnear, again, you may read your petition or you may speak to the committee. If you wish to speak to the committee, you can speak to the committee. We have all received your petition, so it is entirely up to you how you want to use your time.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Then I'm ready. I will proceed. Thank you.
Once more, our condolences to you and your family for the loss of your husband.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As I already said, good morning, all members. I'd firstly like to thank everyone for the opportunity, firstly, that has been granted to my boys and I for being able to address the issue or our concerns. Also, my apologies. I only have my eldest son, Carlisle, with me. My youngest is second year varsity student, so he is attending classes. But know that as a family, we appreciate your time and giving us the opportunity in addressing our concerns pertaining to the assassination of my late husband. I know I don't want to waste anybody's time, so I think we should get straight into it. In my document, I addressed two questions, and the first one was pertaining to the guarding, which was removed in December the 19th, 2019. Following the assassination on the date of the 19th, we know that on that day, Minister explained that an investigation would need to be done in order to find out ultimately why was the guarding removed when it was done. In short, we were placed under guarding on the 13th of November in 2019. This was following a meeting that my husband and his commander, Lieutenant General Under Lincoln, attended. On that specific day, intel was received that the two of them, together with other members as well, were placed on a hit list, and that, well, according to the intel, that as my husband shared with me, it was then said Serbians were to come in. And he returned home that evening with guarding. It also needs to be mentioned that the very next day, on the 14th of November, was the day that Colonel K, which also lives in our area, was also assassinated in pretty much a similar way as to which my husband was also while coming out of his driveway. If we fast forward the 23rd of November, from the 13th, on the 23rd of November, we had an attempted hand grenade attack at our house, which happened at about 12:15 in the early hours of the morning. This attack happened or was whilst we were under guarding, which was very alarming because in a way it also showed how determined whoever was in order to get to us as a family. This caused great concern for me. Obviously, it's no secret that my husband, or my late husband, has been on a hit list for many years. It would pop up, and yeah. But there was just something different about this time round. And that was why when the guarding was removed in January last year, I raised the issue in a media article. And because it was a grave concern for me that we as a family were attacked, whoever the attackers were knew that myself and my kids were in the house. So I saw this as an attack on my family and not only on my husband. And that is why I addressed the issue. And the issues that I asked was, the question I asked was, why was the guarding removed? What happened thereafter was that instead of, or this is in any way how I feel, instead of paying attention to our plight or my plight as a mother, as a wife, in terms for our family, my husband was slapped with a letter saying he needs to report back to Seapoint. This for me was I could say a low blow, because where my husband was working was not the problem. What was in his head, what he had uncovered or discovered during his investigations was the problem. So my question was, what was going to happen? Because at that stage, obviously, he was stationed at AGU or based at AGU. Was there going to be this brainwash process between his AGU base and moving him to Seapoint? How was what he had uncovered just going to be wiped out from what he knew? I also need to mention that I know he refused to sign the document that he was given for the move. I also supported him in the fact that he didn't, because for us it was shifting the buck, because ultimately another detective or someone else would need to take over whatever dockets it was that was concerning, and ultimately would just place another family in danger. It also needs, I needed to be mentioned that in my article, when I raised the concern